Welcome to Speaking Practice. Today we're going to practice making requests in English, asking for help, borrowing things, and responding politely. Here's how it works. I'll ask you a question, then you'll hear a pause. During the pause, answer out loud. After the pause, you'll hear a model answer. Don't worry if your answer is different. There are many good ways to answer. We'll start easy with short answers, and then move to longer descriptions. Ready? Let's go. Let's warm up with some quick answers. Your phone is dead and you need to call someone. How do you ask your friend?
Can I borrow your phone?
You need a pen. Ask your colleague politely.
Could you lend me a pen, please?
Someone asks you to open a window. You're happy to help. What do you say?
Sure, no problem.
A friend asks to borrow money, but you don't have any. How do you say no politely?
I'm afraid not. I don't have any money with me.
There are a lot of dirty dishes. Ask someone for help.
Can you help me with the washing up, please?
Your laptop battery is at 1%. What do you ask your friend?
Can I borrow your charger?
You need to move a heavy cupboard, but you can't do it alone. What do you say?
Can you help me move this cupboard? It's so heavy.
Someone asks to borrow your phone, but you're waiting for a call. How do you say no?
I'm sorry, I need it. I'm waiting for a call.
Your neighbor asks you to help with something. You're happy to help. What do you say?
Of course I can.
You're on a bus and someone's bag is on the seat. Ask them politely to move it.
Could you move your bag, please?
You need some eggs but the shops are closed. Who do you ask? Start with, I can ask my.
I can ask my neighbor.
Where do you keep your cups and plates at home? Start with, I keep them in.
I keep them in the cupboard.
Your friend gave you his umbrella until tomorrow. Did he lend it or borrow it?
He lent it to me.
Which is more polite? Can you help me, or could you help me?
Could you help me, is more polite?
Great job. Now let's make your answers a bit longer, 2 or 3 sentences. You need to borrow a charger from a colleague. Make the request and explain why you need it.
Could you lend me your charger, please? My phone is dead and I need to make a call.
Your friend asks to borrow your laptop for the weekend. Say no politely and give a reason.
I'm sorry, I need it. I have a lot of work to do this weekend. Maybe you can borrow it next week.
You want your neighbor to help you move a heavy cupboard. Make the request and explain why you can't do it alone.
Can you help me move this cupboard? It's really heavy. I can't move it by myself.
Someone asks, can you help me with the washing up? You want to say yes, but you need a minute. What do you say?
Of course I can. Just give me a minute. I need to finish something first.
You forgot your charger at home. Ask a friend to borrow theirs and explain the situation.
Can I borrow your charger? I forgot mine at home and my phone battery is very low.
Your neighbor is having a loud party at midnight. Ask them to be quiet and explain why.
Excuse me, could you be a bit quieter, please? It's very late and I need to wake up early tomorrow.
A stranger asks you to lend them £20. You don't want to. Say no politely and give a reason.
I'm afraid not. I'm sorry, but I don't have any money with me. I only have my card.
You're at work and you need help moving some heavy boxes to another room. Ask a colleague.
Can you help me with something? I need to move these boxes. They're really heavy.
Your friend always borrows your things but never returns them. Tell them you can't lend something this time, and explain why.
I'm sorry, I can't lend it to you this time. I need it for work. Could you borrow one from someone else?
You're sitting in a cafe and someone's bag is on the chair next to you. A friend arrives and needs to sit down. What do you say to the person with the bag?
Excuse me, could you move your bag, please? My friend needs to sit down. Thank you.
Excellent. Now let's try something bigger. I'll give you a situation and a hint about what to mention. Try to say 4 to 6 sentences. Now, a bigger challenge. Try to mention what you need to borrow, who you ask, what they say, and what happens. You're at a friend's house and your phone is dead. You need a charger, and you also need to borrow some money for a taxi. Tell me what happens.
I'm at my friend's house and my phone is dead. I ask her, can I borrow your charger? She says, sure, no problem. Then I say, could you also lend me some money for a taxi? I'm afraid I don't have any with me. She says, of course I can. She's a really good friend.
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Next challenge. Try to mention what your neighbor asks, how you feel about it, what you say, and why. It's Sunday morning and your neighbor knocks on your door. They need help with something heavy. Describe the conversation.
It's Sunday morning and my neighbor knocks on my door. He says, can you help me move a cupboard? It's very heavy. I'm a bit tired, but he's a good neighbor. I say, Sure, no problem. Just give me a minute. We move the cupboard together. It's really heavy, but we do it.
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. One more challenge. Try to mention 2 or 3 requests, how you accept some and reject others, and give reasons. You're very busy at work. 3 different colleagues ask you for help today. You say yes to some and no to others. Tell me about your day.
Today is a very busy day at work. First, my colleague asks, "Can you help me with something?" I say, "Sure, no problem." We move some heavy boxes together. Then another colleague says, "Could you lend me your charger?" I say, "Of course I can." But when a third colleague asks to borrow my laptop, I say, "I'm sorry, I need it. I have a lot of work to do."
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Now let's talk about your real life. Think about what you needed, who you asked, how you asked, and what they said. Tell me about a time you needed to borrow something from a friend or a neighbor. What happened? Here's an example of how I would answer this.
Last month I forgot my charger at work. My phone was dead and I needed to call my family. I asked my neighbor, "Could you lend me your charger for an hour?" He said, "Sure, no problem." I borrowed it and gave it back after dinner. I was really happy he could help.
Now try one more time with your own answer. Think about what the person asked, how you felt, what you said, and why. Tell me about a time someone asked you for help or asked to borrow something. Did you say yes or no? Why? Here's an example of how I would answer this.
Last week my colleague asked, "Can you help me with the washing up after the office lunch?" I said, "Of course I can." We did the washing up together. But then another colleague asked to borrow my laptop for the weekend. I said, "I'm afraid not. I need it for a project." It was difficult to say no, but I had to.
Now try one more time with your own answer. Amazing work. You just practiced making requests, accepting them, and saying no politely. from single sentences all the way to full stories. That's real progress. A tip for you: next time you need something in real life, try saying the request in English first, even just in your head. Can I borrow? Could you help me with? The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. See you next time on Speaking Practice. Keep talking.